Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It series every single Wednesday where I'm chatting over new makeup releases, my thoughts on them, if I'm planning to pick them up or pass over them. I'll have my playlist linked down below, and I also did start the community playlist for this style of videos where a bunch of different creators that talk about new makeup releases can add them to the playlist. So if you want to catch more videos like this, that will also be linked. But I do have a lot to chat about this week, so let me go ahead and get started. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and scoot over. I'm going to get real close to Perry. I purchased Perry the Pot Palm at Target over the weekend just to have like a little something for right now. You know, I've mentioned that we've moved into a new house, we've moved to a new city, a new house, and I still don't have my filming room set up yet. So I'm just kind of filming in the office with my desk and everything, but I do want to have like a full beauty room, but that is still not ready, mostly because we've just been so busy not only trying to move and then unpack the house, but we've had a bunch of different like family events going on and stuff like that. So I was gone all weekend. I was on the road a lot, and so I've kind of not totally once again in tune with everything that's been going on. I've been doing a terrible job keeping up with like just all things social media. So just like that, just like last week, I'm kind of like talking on the fly here as I'm looking over the Trendwood One Instagram, which will be linked. I know last week I was talking about the Physicians Formula came out with a new box, and I kind of just like judged a book by the cover. I was like, oh, they just, you know, they're releasing another box, and so many people were like, no, there's actually like, it's the mini singles in there, you can pop them out. I was like, wow, I just completely glazed right over that, because normally I can sit down and really go through things, but just with the way life is at this moment, it's a little bit on the crazy side. Hopefully you can appreciate that. But I'm gonna get nice and cozy next to Perry here, and hopefully have things set up sometime soon. But I'm also gone this entire week. That's a lot going on. Okay, let's just jump into it. So we're gonna start off with Colourpop because I didn't have any Colourpop to talk about last week. I noticed that they were doing like a re-promote of some items, but it was like, it was a long enough Will I Buy It anyways. I figured I didn't really need to touch on re-promoted items, and you know, there's so much new from Colourpop so often. I was like, it's okay if we can take a week off. But we do have some new from Colourpop, and that is that they are collaborating with Makeup Shayla once again. So Makeup Shayla did a collab with them, you know, probably like last year or so, and I did purchase the Perception palette from that collaboration. I really do like Makeup Shayla. I've been watching her for a very long time. I was super excited for her to do the collaboration, and I really do like Colourpop items, so I purchased the Perception palette, and I really do like it. It has this round 2, and she came out with an eyeshadow palette, a couple blushes, and then some lip products as well. So the palette is the Proceed with Caution eyeshadow palette. It's $12. It's a 9-pan palette, and it does have a mirror. So her other palette I think was $24, and it was bigger. I think maybe it had 16 shades, maybe a little bit more off the top of my head, but it also did have a mirror, and it was just really good quality. Like even the actual palette was just like really nice quality palette. So I'm excited to see that this one is a little bit smaller and has the 9 shades. I think that's really cool, and I like that it has the mirror also, and you know, it's only $12, which I think is a great price. I know I watched Makeup Shayla's video as well, where she was kind of going through the collection and talking about everything and, you know, swatching and all of that. And I think that the palette did look really pretty. Again, I really like Colourpop, and I do really like Makeup Shayla, so I'm considering picking this one up. Like I was saying, she said that it goes well with the Perception palette, which I could totally get down with. I know there is a repeat shade, and she did point that out in her video too, of course. There is a repeat shade from the Perception palette to this palette, but it's kind of like that transition color, and what she said in her video was like, she just feels like we need that shade in all of the palettes, and that's definitely something that I like, that shade in a lot of the palettes as well. So I'm totally okay with that. And then we have some shimmers and mattes, and there's also a really cool yellow in there. I do like the actual packaging of it as well, this Proceed with Caution and Under Construction. And it was interesting to watch her video to hear her say like kind of where she thought of that idea and like different lifestyle changes and such that she's been making, and she felt like she was kind of under construction. I thought it was really cool. I thought the whole thing was like planned out and put together really well. And so the eyeshadow palette I'm definitely interested in. The blushes I'll probably skip over. I do like Colourpop blushes, but I don't feel like I need them right now. The lip colors were really pretty too. The lip products, I do like Colourpop lip products, especially the lip pencils. I like them even more than all of the lip products that they've come out with, but I don't think I need anything at this moment. So the blushes are $8, the lip bundles are $12 each, or you can purchase the lippy pencils separately for $6, and then the Ultra Satin liquid lipsticks for $7. The lipsticks definitely were very like what I see Shayla wearing all of the time, so I was definitely not surprised to see this. I don't think I necessarily need the lip product. So everything out of the collection, the eyeshadow palette, intrigues me the most. So I'm considering grabbing that one. But what have you thought? I believe this is already up for sale right now, so I'll have them all linked below. And yeah, let me know what you're thinking of grabbing from the Makeup Shayla collection, or if it's something that you're not interested in. I almost filmed this video on Friday. I typically film these on Monday. I almost filmed on Friday just knowing that we were going to be gone the entire weekend, and then with me being gone the whole week, I was like, I should do this early, and I ended up having to go back to our other city to deal with some closing for our previous house and all of that, so I just did not get enough time having to be on the road so much on Friday. But I'm kind of glad because a bunch of new releases did come out over the weekend, so even though I'm now going to be incredibly crunched for time and probably editing this video while in the car, that's okay. I'm glad that I did, because especially this Natasha De Nona release that came out, I was getting tagged a ton on this one, so I'm excited that I can talk about it this week. So we knew that Natasha De Nona was going to be coming out with a new palette similar to the Bloom palette that came out, the blush and highlighting palette. It was released a few days prior that a new shade was coming, and I saw the post. I did see it briefly. I think I was like in the hotel over the weekend when I saw it, and I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be another blush palette. That's kind of what I thought. But it is actually more focused on bronze. This is the Tan, Bronze, and Glow palette. It says, inspired by the diamond and blush, it's the ultimate glass skin go-to. It includes 4 new shades. There's 1 cream and 3 powders. So you have the blush and bronze powder, a glow cream base, the glow impact powder, and the super glow, which is a highlight, which is $55. Okay. Man, it's $55. That is very pricey, first of all. I was definitely interested when the Bloom palette came out, and I ended up talking myself out of it. And it took me a little bit to talk myself out of it, but I was like, you know, it's more expensive. There's a cream product in there, which I don't reach for cream a ton. I'm getting more into it, but don't reach for that a ton. And I was like, not sure the colors are going to fully work out for me. And then the reviews started coming in, and so many people had great things to say about it. And even people who are similar to my skin tone, they were saying that they could make it work. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be too dark, but they were saying they could make it work. And then I almost bought it again, and I was like, no, like you did it, you talked yourself out of it, don't do it. And then this came out, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like, the bronzers are my weakness at this moment, and I've been really considering. I still haven't even had time to place my Sephora order. I planned on placing it on Friday when the sale started, because I'm a rouge, and then I spent all day on the road, all day on the road Saturday, all day on the road Sunday, and here we are, it's Monday, and I feel like I still haven't caught my breath from the weekend. So I still need to place that order, and I have the Natasha De Nona mini bronze and glow in my cart. That's only $19, and I've seen reviews on it, and I know people quite enjoy it. So I'm like, I don't know, $55. This is going to be available May 3rd, so the sale will still be going on, so I could still get it at the 20% off when it becomes available. But I'm like, does it make sense to purchase this or to just go with the mini? I don't know what to do, but I'm very intrigued by this. But also, I will say, looking at the photos, it seems like almost like all 3 photos or something that I've seen online so far, I can't really tell what the shades actually are, because there's one photo where I was like, okay, that bronzer is going to be way too deep for me. I'm probably not going to be able to wear it. And then another photo, I'm like, wait, no, that actually looks like something that would work for me. So I don't know if I want to kind of like take a gamble on it and spend $55 right away, but man, am I ever intrigued by this one. I'm not going to lie. And that Super Glow highlight looks absolutely beautiful in here. This one is really tempting to me. This one is more tempting to me than the blush. I'm not as big of a blush girl as I am bronzer and highlights, so this one I just feel like has my name on it, and I think it's going to be really hard for me to say no to it. Help me out. What are you guys thinking about this one? Would you want to see a review on it? Let me know. But that one has me very intrigued. I thought this was interesting. We have a new brand that is available now at Ulta Beauty. This is Uoma Beauty. Hopefully I'm saying that like somewhere in the realm of being correct here. It's really interesting to me, and I really want like a free second to sit down and really kind of dive into the brand. I'm actually in the middle of watching Angelica's new releases video that she posted on Sunday. I am paused at like 34 minutes in so I could film this one, but I'm watching her right now, and she mentioned that she read an interview with the creator of the brand, and I think she said that she linked it, so I'm gonna try to read that. Maybe we're gonna be in the car again today and tomorrow and Wednesday. Oh boy. So I'm spending a lot of time in the car recently. I get car sick, which is kind of a bummer because I'm pretty limited on what I can do, and sometimes I just have to stare out the window and I feel like I'm wasting so much time. But I'm wondering if maybe I can read some of the interview when we were in the car today, because I kind of want to just know more about the brand. It's brands that kind of intrigue me right when they come out. I kind of like to dive in a little bit deeper. Why was the brand started? What's the inspiration? Like, what's behind the owner? You know, I talk about Lawless Beauty a lot, and Lawless Beauty was just a brand that kind of turned my attention, so I did the same thing. I kind of dived a little deeper into the brand. Why was it started? Who is Annie Lawless? Why did she want to do this? And it's just intriguing to me to learn different things, so I'm really excited to hear that there's an interview out there. So I definitely am planning to look that up, so my apologies. Usually I'm a little bit more like, I don't know if I want to say educated, but just like in the know when I film these videos, but hopefully you can understand the craziness that is life these past couple weeks here. But it says there's 51 different foundations. There is a concealer with 18 shades. The foundation's $39, the concealer's $25. There's a Sculpt and Strobe double-ended contour and highlight stick for $40. There's an ink eyeliner for $18. There's some matte lipsticks for $24, glosses for $22, and then there's a few different eyeshadow palettes as well. So those look to be $44 each. It is a cruelty-free brand. It will be available May 5th in stores, and like I said, I have seen them available on the Ulta site, so I'll have some links down below. But I'm definitely curious about this one. I kind of want to do, like I said, I want to do a little bit of research, see what I can find out. But I'm thinking about grabbing a few things from the line. Is there anything you guys would be interested in seeing a review on? Do let me know. But I don't know, I just think it's really intriguing when new brands pop up, and like to get to know about them a little bit and all of that. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about grabbing a few things. Have you guys yet, or are you eyeing this brand? I would love to know. So Linda Hallberg Cosmetics, I really wish I could say that like Angelica, but I cannot. But Linda Hallberg is coming out with a new eyeshadow palette. This is the Spectral palette. 8 shades, 4 different formulas for $59. It should be available now, so of course it'll be linked down below. I have not yet tried anything from Linda Hallberg Cosmetics, but I've been curious about the brand. There's been a couple releases that I've almost done it, I've almost grabbed. This one, I don't think it's necessarily a me palette. It's kind of more on these pastels, but they're kind of like poppy pastels from the swatches that I've seen. Like, they're not, sometimes when I think of a pastel palette and some that I've tried in the past, they're a little bit more on like the muted side. And this one looks a little bit, has a little bit more oomph to it. I do think it's really pretty. I just don't know if it's necessarily like my makeup vibes, what I tend to go for a lot, but it sure is pretty. It sure did catch my attention. $59, you know, that's, you know, a little bit pricey for an eyeshadow palette, but I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing a lot of reviews, a lot of people chatting about this palette, so I'll definitely check out what people are saying about it. I also did quite a few tags that Huda Beauty has some new lip sets available. So this is a matte and cream lip set, so it includes a clear tinted acrylic lip shaped box that inside will have a full-size lip pencil, and then a mini of a matte liquid lipstick, and also the demi matte. And there's a few different shades that are listed, and these are $25. I actually really like the concept of this. I'm a big fan of a lot of the Huda lip products, including the matte lipsticks and the demi mattes. Her lip liners I do think are okay. I have some because I actually have purchased some of these, like multiples of these sets in the past. I just think it's a good way because her full-size lipsticks are $20 each. So to get a mini of 2 different products and a lip liner all for $25, I just think that's a really good deal. I love lipsticks, so I very rarely go through an entire lipstick. So to save a little bit of money, have some minis, have a few different shades, I think it's a great idea. So I'm looking at the different shades that are available. I do have some of these in either the matte or the demi matte formula. So I don't know if I can find shades that I don't have and that both of them would interest me and would be something I'd wear. I actually would consider picking them up. I really wanted to try one of the Power Matte lipsticks that came out. Those are in the bullet form, but I mentioned that in my Sephora wishlist video, and it didn't get a lot of good feedback. A lot of people were telling me that they were just so dry, kind of hard to apply, crumbly on the lips. So I'm thinking maybe I'm talking myself out of that one. So, so I'll just have to see there, but I think that these are a good value, so I wanted to throw it out there because I do like both of the lipstick formulas that are included, and I think that's a pretty good price. But if I see some in shades that I've really wanted to try out but I haven't done the full sizes, I might go ahead and grab one. We have another new product here from Farsali. This is the Hydration Bae product. Okay. It says a 2-in-1 daily face mask that contains High Bubbles, a patented technology that encapsulates active ingredients. It can be left on overnight or it can be used in the morning. Huh. Okay, so this is a very interesting looking product. I think Angie said it reminds her of like fish eggs, and yes, definitely same. But it has hyaluronic acid in here. Oh, it's $62. Ooh, that's pricey. I didn't see the price tag on that right away. I'm probably gonna pass over it. I feel like I'm pretty solid with my skincare right now, and I'm really working on trying to use up a few items. You know, when you move, you kind of see all of your backups that you've kind of like hidden in the back of the closet and not gotten to because you keep buying new skincare products and you're like, ooh, ah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I've been trying to do my best to use up what I already have, especially items that I already have open. I'm really trying to get through those, and that's just pretty pricey. It sounds interesting. It sounds intriguing. It's definitely kind of like Instagrammy. I can already envision all these videos coming out with like blue eggs all over your face. I mean, I don't know if it would stay that way on your face because I don't see any photos of that. Maybe it'll like blend in or whatnot, but I can see this being, you know, Farsali is definitely the Instagram brand 100% with their, you know, the droppers and the oils and all that. I've done it. I've made videos like that for sure. But I'm probably gonna go ahead and skip over this one from Farsali. Okay, so next up we have another collaboration between Sephora and Moschino. This is the round 2. So they've done one, was it last year? I feel like it was longer ago than just last year, but this is another collaboration, and this one is like office supply themed makeup, if you will. So very interesting, and includes a laptop palette, so it kind of like mimics like a Mac, and it's a 30 pan palette, so that is big for $60. Very intriguing. Like, the concept is interesting to me because I don't really see a whole lot like this. So the concept of the theme is interesting, and it's like eye-catching. Like, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, but I don't know if it necessarily pulls me to want it, you know. We have a pencil brush set for $58, eraser sponges for $20. And then there's even like nail polishes, some eyeliners. There's a toy honey mask, which is a sheet mask. So I believe this is, yes, available now. I am so curious to get your guys' thoughts on what you think of this or what caught your attention. Again, the packaging is, you know, super cute on everything, and these pencils and honestly the erasers I think look kind of fun, like the eraser sponges. I honestly think like out of everything I would purchase that because A, it's just funny, but B, like I go through sponges like crazy, you know. I use sponges a bunch. I'm always trying to clean them to have clean sponges hanging around, so I never get mad purchasing makeup sponges because I know that I'm going to use it. $20 though, I mean, that's the price of a beauty blender, and I'm like, are they going to be that good? Or, you know, I purchased like $8 sponges and I think that they're fine. So I don't know, a little bit high. I mean, it is a, you know, it's going to be a higher priced collection, of course. So like the laptop palette, 30 shades. I just don't need 30 shades in my eyeshadow palettes. I very rarely buy larger palettes these days, and that one is $60. So intriguing concept. I think that it's a lot of fun. Like the nail polish looks like whiteout. Super fun, just not something that I feel like I absolutely need, but so curious to hear what you guys think about that. So a bunch of brands seem to be releasing liquid eyeliners these days. I think it was last week I talked about Ofra. Benefit has a new one, Too Faced has one, and now Morphe is coming out with a new felt tip liquid liner. It's going to be $12. They also have an eyeliner pencil for $9. Eyeliner is something that I enjoy, whether it be liquid eyeliner or like a regular eyeliner pencil for like my waterline. It's something that I enjoy, and especially liner in the waterline I use all the time, but it's like one of those products that I don't get excited to buy. Like if I run out of something, I'm like, okay, I need to repurchase that, but it's usually not a release that I'm like, yes, just what I was waiting for, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass over that, but thought I'd throw it out there for you because we got some, you know, it's just some new makeup, just letting you know. I did get some tags on the new Guerlain Endless Love Terracotta Bronzer. I don't know if it's because people just know how much I've been loving bronzers lately and I'm just interested in all of them. It's very, very beautiful, this like wooden packaging, and then the imprint inside is so gorgeous, and a lot of the tags were like, how beautiful is this? 100%, it's very beautiful. But it's $67 and it's limited edition, so I kind of know right there I can pass on it. I have actually tried a Guerlain bronzer in the past and it ended up not being a favorite of mine. I did end up decluttering it also, so don't really have a huge pull to purchase that. It is very beautiful, like I said, but with the price tag, limited edition, not loving the one that I tried in the past, it's kind of an easy one for me to skip over. We also have some new skincare. This is from Glam Glow. This is the Berry Glow. It's a creamy, nutrient-dense, soothing moisture mask. It's supposed to instantly boost skin's health and restore radiance. Has hyaluronic acid in there, some probiotics. It is going to be $49. I'm not a huge fan of Glam Glow products. I've tried them out in the past, and I went through this phase where like so many people were talking and hyping up Glam Glow that I was buying the like $69 masks because I wanted to be like everybody else. And then I just realized that I didn't really see the hype, especially for that price tag. I just wasn't really getting a lot out of them, and I've gone on to just find other skincare brands and products and masks that I just feel like really do a lot. So I generally kind of skip pretty much every Glam Glow release, but again, just throwing it out there because I know a lot of people are still a big fan of Glam Glow. So they have a new product to the market. I thought this was interesting to see that Sigma Beauty is coming out with new colors in their eyeshadow base primer. This might not sound like a very exciting release, but I actually really like these. And in last Friday's video, I posted kind of like my go-to glam everyday, what did I call it? My everyday glam glowy look or something like that. And just what I've been throwing together as we're kind of meeting new people in the city and just being super busy with unpacking, but I still want to like look put together, but I wanted to be like quick and fast at the same time. And I've gone back to my Sigma Beauty eye primers. I really do enjoy Persuade and then also Bubbly. That's what I used in Friday's video. I kind of keep going back to them, so it's interesting to see them come out with some new formulas. So it's supposed to increase eyeshadow pigmentation, wears for 8 hours, crease and fade resistance. You can wear it alone, which I have done, or you can put items on top of it. It's a little bit on the, like, just a little bit on the tacky side, not too much, but I feel like it kind of grabs some products, especially shimmers, or like I was using a glitter with it, and I think that it's nice. These are $15 each, and the new shades are going to be available April 30th, and I do have an affiliate code with Sigma, so if you're interested in picking these up or anything else from Sigma, makeup or brushes or anything like that, my code is just Samantha, and you get 10% off of your orders. So I'll link those. I really do like them. Again, not the most like exciting, like, oh my gosh, release, but I just thought it was interesting to see because I've been talking about them a little bit more recently. So thought I would throw that out there. We also have a new foundation coming out. This is from Tom Ford. This is the Soleil Flawless Glow Foundation. It does have SPF 30, which is great. It says a lightweight gel serum foundation with sheer to medium coverage and a satin finish. So that sounds interesting to me, and you know, I like lightweight for the summertime. Sheer to medium coverage, that's interesting. I probably would like it to be a little bit more like solid medium. A satin finish, that's cool. It's going to be in 20 shades, but it's going to be $87, and I just can't do that. I have a hard time spending like $50 on a foundation. That's kind of, I feel like that's the highest I've gone, and that was a Dior foundation. I know Tom Ford is very like luxurious and just also pricey at the same time, but I'm just not there with spending that amount of money on a foundation. And I love foundations. I love trying them out. I love reviewing them. That's just going to be a little bit too pricey for me and Perry's preferences, you know, right now. We're just not, we're going to go ahead and skip over that one, and we're going to be okay with it. I saw that the brand Ouai, Ouai was coming out with a new product. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be another like body oil, and I was like, oh my gosh, another brand's coming out with that. So Ouai is, to me, kind of known for their hair care. I feel like that's kind of how they started, and I'm not sure exactly their full range at the moment, but I feel like it's mostly focused on hair care. But this one is actually the Sun Body Soother. It says a cooling body moisturizer spray to instantly hydrate sun exposed skin. It has aloe leaf juice in there, cucumber extract, and rose hip oil, and it's going to be, it's limited edition, which is I don't know, but $25. It just says coming soon to Sephora. To me, that seems like a very interesting product. I don't know if I've seen a lot else like that, so you know, I like something a little bit more on the unique side. That's cool. I don't think I necessarily need it. If I tend to, you know, be out in the sun too long, or I have a sunburn or something like that, I generally will just use my aloe, and that helps. So I don't think it's a product I necessarily need, but I don't know, like, it looks fun and stuff. Just don't think it's like a necessity to me, but I'll be curious to see if people are really enjoying that. Another new palette from BH Cosmetics. BH might get mentioned more than Colourpop in these videos because they're always coming out with something, but they're coming out with a new eyeshadow palette. This is the Santa Fe palette. It includes 20 matte and shimmer shades. It's $22 right now. The regular price will be $26. and it's going to be available May 1st at BH Cosmetics. I know I kind of briefly glanced through the comments on this one, and a lot of people were not very pleased with how the layout is and the pan shapes and all of that. I don't generally get worked up over that. There's a few times that I've been like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like with this one, the hardest part to me would be like getting brushes in there. It's just, I don't know if I love it either. And while it's intriguing to look at because of the pan layout, kind of catches your eye right away. You're like, whoa, that's neat and different. Looking at the shades, it's, you know, it's a warm tone eyeshadow palette with reds and orange and bronzes, and I do have a lot like that in my collection, so it doesn't call to me enough or anything like that. And I've mentioned it in my brands that excite me tag, which I've been seeing so many people do. That's so cool. I've been trying to keep up with everybody's videos, but again, it's been a little hard these days. But it's been so fun to see people do that one. But I mentioned that BH just doesn't really get to me a lot, so I know that I can go ahead and pass over that one. But fun concept, just not totally in love with it. And then the final item that I want to mention for today, whew, I'm definitely going to have to edit this in the car, oh boy. This is from Glossier. This is the Bubble Wrap Eye and Lip Cream. It says, formulated to give these two zones the most moisture and perfection they require. So it has hyaluronic acid squalane, which, didn't I just hear Jen Love's reviews say that's not a great ingredient for skincare? I'm going to have to double check that. And avocado oil, or maybe she said it was really good. I can't remember. I feel like it's either one end or the other. We'll have to double check that. And antioxidant rich blueberry extract. It has a featherweight texture, a unique featherweight texture that delivers key ingredients. So you put it on your under eyes and your lips to feel fresh, smooth, and hydrated. It's going to be $26. I'm very curious about that, because it's just interesting, something that you would put so close to your eyes, you would also put on your lips. I don't know how I feel about that. Those are two areas that I really try to focus on. Like, I have a lot of eye creams that I enjoy. I always have lip products hanging around too to keep them moisturized, because I do deal with dry lips. But I don't know. I think I would definitely have to see some reviews on this one before I went out and purchased it. I don't order a ton from Glossier, because they're not, you know, they're not at Sephora and Ulta, which I always say I'm going to get better at, and then I suck at, so there's that. But I don't know. I like some Glossier products, but they're also not a brand that always really intrigues me. But this one, I'm like, I gotta see some reviews on that. What do you think about it? Were you kind of like, or were you like, yes, I'm all over that one? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. But after that, that's going to wrap it up for this week's Will I Buy It video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought of all the products that I was mentioning. I would love to know. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go. And I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video.